Diddy has no need for 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. At least not by himself. Let's check out some celebrities who attended P. Diddy's freak-off parties. Watch the Splash Zone. Jennifer Lopez. Following Diddy's infamous recent arrest, pictures of Jennifer Lopez in bed with her former partner have surfaced again. As a result of an investigation, Diddy was arrested in New York very recently. He is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. In a widely shared photo from Diddy's 2000 4th of July celebration, Lopez and the late R&B legend Aaliyah are seen in bed together. Model Natane, late record executive Andre Harrell, and Damon Dash were also in the photo. The guests appeared to cuddle up next to each other as they relaxed on the enormous bed and grinned boldly. After dating from 1999 to 2001, J-Lo and Diddy were still together at the time. The photos have appeared again after Diddy's arrest, when a video of her mother losing it when asked if a romantic reunion with him was possible went viral. Jennifer made an appearance on the Wendy Williams show back in 2015, and her mother Guadalupe Rodriguez was present in the crowd. As she remarked, "So if you recall, the last time you were here I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way."
Getting back with Puffy in a little way.
Talk show host Wendy seemed interested in learning if a reunion was imminent, but no dice. Justin Bieber. Bieber and Diddy have been friends since the former's teenage years, when Scooter Braun and R&B singer Usher found him on YouTube as a young talent. Online footage showing Diddy with Justin Bieber, who was 15 at the time, has reappeared since the rapper was detained on suspicion of some pretty bad stuff. The video, which shows Diddy, who is 24 years older than Bieber, documenting his 48 hours with the teenage singer, has been labeled creepy by Twitter users. In the video, Combs informs the camera while standing next to the up-and-coming pop star. He's having 48 hours with Diddy. Where we hanging out and what we're doing we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
They're having the times of their lives.
Diddy adds, "I have been given custody of him. He's signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album." Diddy continues, "I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy." The 30-year-old Justin Bieber nowadays is reportedly shutting off from the outside world because he is so disturbed by the news of Combs' arrest. Speaking only to DailyMail.com, an insider claimed that the new father is having a hard time making sense of the accusations, especially because he worked with Combs less than a year ago. He has been totally thrown by them. About Bieber, the source stated, "Bieber is so disturbed by the Diddy news and is unwilling to process it or discuss it, so he has shut off. So many people who helped to make him who he is were very close to Diddy, and it has completely thrown him. Justin hasn't been responding to this since the home raids. He's not going to." The insider went on to say that Justin Bieber sincerely regrets working with Diddy and would not have done so if he had been aware of the accusations that have subsequently surfaced. They continued, "He had a long break from Diddy when he believed most of this took place and he had distanced himself from him. He was featured on Diddy's most recent album, and had he known any of this, there's no way he would have done it." Usher has acknowledged that while he was living with Diddy when he was 14, he was exposed to some pretty wild things. Usher shared information regarding his time spent living with Diddy in the spring of 1994 in an interview that was discovered from 2016. Usher, who is 45, claimed on the Howard Stern show that record producer L.A. Reid suggested that he moved in with the R&B singer in Scarsdale so he could see the lifestyle. Usher responded as follows to Stern's question about whether Diddy's place was filled with chicks and fun non-stop. "Not really. I got a chance to see some things. I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There were very curious things taking place and I didn't necessarily understand it," he admitted. When asked if he would send his kids to Puffy Flavor Camp, Usher said, "Hell no," with conviction. Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner. At his $40 million Holmby Hills estate in 2019, Combs threw a lavish 50th birthday celebration for Kim, Khloe, and half-sister Kylie Jenner. That December night, the enormous property hosted a number of celebrity acquaintances before Homeland Security raided it 5 years later as part of an investigation into it. A video of the event, which featured celebrities like the Kardashians, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, Naomi Campbell, and the late Kobe Bryant, was recently posted by record producer Stevie J. He tweeted on social media, sharing the video saying, "This is what a real Diddy party looks like." Naomi Campbell. The rumored ex-lover has appeared in many public engagements alongside Diddy. In addition to attending his glamorous 50th birthday party, Campbell assisted his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah, in 2022 on their 16th birthday celebrations. She was pictured with Combs and Janet Jackson as recently as November 9th, 2023, when she hosted his 54th birthday at London's Lavo Club. Before they left the birthday celebration apart, Combs was spotted enjoying a glass of wine in the back of a London taxi, where the good times continued. In 2001, there were rumors that the two were dating. However, a spokesperson for the celebrity later clarified that they were simply friends. According to Page 6, Campbell and Jackson have now deleted the Instagram pictures they shared of Jackson on his 54th birthday. The action came after Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a complaint, claiming that he had been in control of her for more than 10 years. Page 6 said that the pictures from his birthday celebration had been removed from the Instagram sites the day after the lawsuit was filed. A source told Page 6, losing people like Naomi and Janet, those types, it's going to be very hard on him, because he's such a narcissist. Prince Harry and Prince William. Diddy is well known for having met William and Harry, the British royals, backstage at the Princess Diana concert in 2008, which included a star-studded after-show party. Alongside Combs and Kanye West, the now separated brothers posed for pictures, with Harry putting his arm around the imprisoned mogul's shoulder. The princes mockingly refused to put on the large white striped shades that West was trying to get them to wear. Leonardo DiCaprio at the white party. Diddy said of his first ever white party, there were 200 people sitting out here just having a down-home cookout, adding that this included Leonardo DiCaprio after he'd just finished Titanic. Pictures from his second white party on September 4th, 1999 showed a grinning DiCaprio, then 24 years old, kicking back with A Tribe Called Quest's Jarobi White and Diddy, both of whom seemed like they were holding champagne bottles. In another picture, Leo sipped from a glass while Diddy motioned for the camera while holding a woman in his lap.
The celebrities who helped Diddy are about to go down.
Diddy is finally going down, but what other major stars are going down with him?
Dawn Richard was on the television show Making the Band in the early 2000s, and she alleges that she witnessed incidents of abuse. She tried to intervene. She was not permitted to intervene. She was threatened.
So, of course, we all know P. Diddy is facing some serious claims, and he's done some pretty wild stuff, but he was not alone.
Not only did he allegedly commit evil villain level offenses, but Diddy wasn't acting alone.
So many other celebrities helped Diddy, and they knew about what he was doing at his parties, and they're all about to get exposed.
Who are all the celebrities being named? Which ones should we actually be suspicious of?
So this whole thing really started to unravel and get really serious back in September of 2024 when Diddy got locked up. Now he's being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, and it's a place that's known to be not so nice for the people who are locked up there.
So the investigation is ongoing. That means both as to him and to anyone else who we believe committed the crime with him.
Now, the situation, of course, it sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. So many other celebrities were completely surprised, as well as other celebrities who knew about Diddy. They kind of went silent. And according to Lisa Bloom, she's a very powerful lawyer who's representing Danny Kane member Don Richard. And by the way, Don Richard filed a lawsuit against Diddy for some acts that he did towards her. She says, though, that there's a lot more to the story than meets the eye. So Lisa Bloom believes that Diddy couldn't actually orchestrate everything alone. And she says that he has a network of individuals who were involved, either actively participating or turning a blind eye to the actions. Yeah, we're talking about, the freak-off parties that he had, as well as other things behind closed doors that Diddy was doing to people. Also, Lisa Bloom mentioned in an interview with Sky News that what we're seeing right now is literally just the tip of the iceberg. So it gets way deeper, and this is way beyond Diddy. This is a massive network, she's saying. And Dawn Richards, who Lisa Bloom is representing, she's actually been very cooperative with the U.S. Department of Justice, and she's been giving a lot of information related to the suit against Diddy. And Lisa Bloom, she said that she's really confident that the authorities actually have enough evidence to pin more charges on Diddy because they've been interviewing other people who Diddy did stuff to. So yeah, this is just gonna get worse and worse for Diddy. More charges are just gonna continue to stack up against him. And how Lisa Bloom talks about Diddy, she pretty much paints him as a leader of a massive, extensive operation. And she mentioned that other people are acting as his minions or facilitators. But I have a feeling though that it doesn't just stop at Diddy. I think Diddy is just part of it. I think there are other powerful individuals, whether in the entertainment world specifically or not, that are way more powerful than Diddy, that are pulling the strings behind what Diddy's doing. So although what we're seeing is the tip of the iceberg, and a lot of celebrities and what they did can be traced back to Diddy, I think a lot of what Diddy did could be traced back to a lot of people, and who knows how far the rabbit hole goes, guys. Lisa Bloom says that in a case of this magnitude, there have been so many people who have been affected and been coming forward. And so because of this, the sheer magnitude of the impact on people, she's so convinced that there's so many more people involved. Like, this network just keeps on going. And again, we don't know how far this rabbit hole goes. So, with all that said, this Diddy situation, it just keeps getting worse and worse as the days go by. And he's tried to get bail 3 times. He's been denied. And his trial is actually scheduled to start in May of 2025. And despite all the mounting evidence and charges against him, Diddy is literally pleading not guilty, and he is maintaining his innocence. But people like Lisa Bloom, they're not backing down. She's prepared to continue to confront Diddy as well as his legal team. And she wants to get his statement regarding Don Richards' case specifically. And in an interview with the Daily Mail's podcast, Lisa Bloom, she also mentioned that she just can't wait to depose Diddy under oath. So when she goes in and she starts to question him and just really push his buttons, she thinks that she's gonna get him to open up in a way that we've never seen Diddy open up before. She's a seasoned lawyer, so she knows what she's doing. She's handled a lot of high-profile cases before, and she's definitely not afraid to take on Diddy and his team. Now, quickly, I just want to touch on real quick about this Dawn Richards woman. So she was a member of Danity Kane, which was that girl group that Diddy had formed back in the day. And she, in her suit, she paints a picture that Diddy and working under him was very, very, very messed up. And it was just like he continued to do stuff to her that he wasn't supposed to do. And she was also subjected to bad working conditions. And she was overworked, she was underpaid, and she was on the receiving end of a lot of Diddy's verbal bashings as well as public humiliation. But not just her, she says that this happened to other members of the group as well as other people that worked for Diddy during that time. Now, she can only speak for her experience and her time, but guys, she's one of many voices that have spoken up against Diddy. So again, the impact of his actions, man, it's just, it could reach millions of people. Who knows? Yeah, guys, this is wild. So I'll end there. Pretty much people like Lisa Bloom and other lawyers, they are just continuing to conduct interviews, gather evidence, build a case against Diddy. So as we speak, it's just a matter of time before we see the next thing in the news that really rocks Diddy's world.
Celebrities are usually fearless. I mean, they got security with them everywhere sometimes, and I don't even think they really need them. You want to know the only time celebrities are scared? When their image could be affected. So many celebrities are scared to speak out about P. Diddy. In a recent report, experts asserted that there are plenty of explanations for why most A-list celebrities have remained mute on Diddy's ongoing legal situation. Not everyone has spoken out against the troubled hip-hop entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs.
So, can't Can't tell that one either.
Who was recently arrested and accused with 3 counts of fraud or coercion, along with another whole host of additional charges that are too complicated to discuss here. In addition to Kesha, Mary J. Blige, Don Richard, and Aubrey O'Day, members of Combs' girl group, Danity Kane, and former bad boy rapper turned politician, Shine, among others, have also joined in the hateful conversation against the Revolt founder, either openly or covertly.
I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand.
Nevertheless, a seemingly never-ending list of well-known Hollywood celebrities who formerly had connections to Diddy have either remained inconspicuously silent or spoken only in hushed tones regarding the dubious rumors involving Diddy. On the list are his longtime friends Ashton Kutcher and Jay-Z, his protege Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio, who often shows up to Diddy's parties, the Kardashians, and another longtime buddy, Naomi Campbell. His ex-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez is also on the list. A Fox News article claims that analysts are adamant that many of the notable Hollywood stars on the list are keeping quiet despite the music mogul's recent indictment and arrest because they are scared, even though none of them have been linked to the criminal case. Celebrities are silent because they're scared of their brands bleeding out with fans over ties to Diddy. And worse, they fear if they cross him, things could end in disaster, said Eric Schiffer, CEO of Reputation Management Consultants. Diddy, who is notorious for his wild parties, frequently invited a wide range of celebrities to his events. However, an overwhelming majority of the music and entertainment industry has remained outside the picture, as there is no shortage of reasons why they haven't weighed in on the allegations regarding Diddy, claimed Doug Eldridge, founder of Achilles PR. And why does that stand the test of time? Well, these celebrities have little choice but to maintain their distance due to the severity of the charges, the detailed allegations in the indictment, and the long-standing rumors surrounding Diddy. Most likely in order to prevent any linkages to the accusations made against him, which date back to the early 2000s. Rodney Lil Rod Jones accused Diddy of some horrible things in February 2024 after he made waves for bringing a $30 million lawsuit against him. You can certainly guess why that is. The rapper-producer who collaborated with Combs on his 2023 The Love album stayed primarily out of the public eye and said nothing in spite of the lawsuit. In a rare move, he ultimately broke his silence in August in an interview with the Rolling Stone, denouncing Diddy as a monster who might use any measures required to get out of a situation and never take no for an answer. He said that he told me himself, "I'll smack my mama." Anybody who can say that even jokingly is a monster. He's nothing to be played with. For a person whose brand is Love Records and changed their name to Love and named their kid Love, he doesn't show love. He's just marketing. Jones further claimed that he hasn't been able to land a steady job in the sector since he sued Diddy. It feels like there are so many people quietly rooting for Combs, or maybe they're rooting for me and just scared to say something, he added. The indictment against Diddy, unsealed after his arrest in New York City, indirectly expounds Lil Rod's side of the story, claiming the bad boy for life secured absolute loyalty from people linked with his business through threats. Prosecutors contend that through various acts against individuals who witnessed the crimes committed by members and associates of the enterprise, Diddy's economic empire evaded detention for any purported unlawful involvement. The fact that celebrities aren't discussing this is even more intriguing in light of a recent resurfacing of a 2-decade-old video in which Diddy makes light of locking women inside his extravagant parties. In the video, Combs told Conan O'Brien in a 2002 interview that he hosts parties with loads of beautiful women and drinks. A lot of ladies drink water at parties, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
They just, so if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Gotta keep them there. You need locks on the doors.
Right. You need locks on the doors.
Combs said, adding that he keeps the AC off and the room hot so people get comfortable and loose. Eldridge said that the scope and scale of evidence that was collected during the federal raid included phones, computers, and now more than 50 individuals who are reportedly cooperating as witnesses. And the purported depth and reach of those who might be complicit and therefore compromised for having participated in Diddy's illicit parties is staggering. Combs entered a not guilty plea to the allegations in federal court in Lower Manhattan very recently. Combs faces a minimum of 15 years in prison. One of the most persistent rumors in the entertainment industry for years has been that the majority of well-known actors and singers are part of satanic ritualistic groups and corruption networks. Apparently, many of these claims are starting to hold up in real life. The Diddy case is unique since it involves multiple politicians in addition to a number of well-known entertainers. Combs is in hot water, and it appears that the drama has intensified. Gene Deal, his ex-bodyguard, recently revealed on the Art of Dialogue podcast that Diddy possesses recordings of politicians who took part in his infamous freak-off sessions. Deal made a suggestion that these recordings may connect Diddy's present legal issues to a much wider New York City corruption network. He stated this is all bigger than Diddy, without mentioning any specific person. Since federal officials searched Diddy's properties in Miami and Los Angeles and discovered over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant allegedly used for his notorious parties, his life has been somewhat unpredictable. Diddy's friend and supporter in the 1990s, Gene Deal, described how he saw the entrepreneur transform into a monster. He didn't hold back, saying Puff wasn't born a monster, he was made into a monster. He credits this transition to the darker side of the music industry, where Diddy learned some problematic tendencies. He was doing to other people what was done to him. That's a learned behavior, Deal stated. Diddy is the subject of numerous accusations, but it's obvious that his history isn't benefiting him in the present. Deal thinks that Diddy's indictment has more to do with a surge of high-profile resignations and corruption among New York officials than it does with his alleged misdeeds. People aren't going to tie this together, he said, but it appears that the puzzle pieces are starting to fit together. While Diddy continues to insist on his innocence, Deal refers to this as karma for his earlier deeds. He compared Diddy's arrest to the tragic ends of Tupac and Biggie Smalls and came to the conclusion that it was one of hip-hop's biggest tragedies. Deal stated he brought it on himself. He knew that he was wrong, and he knew that he learned something that wasn't right. It remains to be seen if this brings Diddy down or causes an even bigger upheaval in the music business, but one thing is certain, the drama's only getting started. J-Lo is confirmed to be on the Diddy tapes.
Yeah, they came to Ben Affleck and they said, the wife's on these tapes.
That's right, your favorite Jenny, sorry Jennifer Aniston, is about to have a really long day. If these tapes get out, two things could happen. Either J-Lo is criticized further, or she gets the Kim K treatment and launched into superstardom. Let's talk about it. In the latest news drop to shake the entertainment world, Jennifer Lopez has been dragged into the news involving none other than Sean Diddy Combs.
She's serious? You know I love you.
The whispers of this juicy revelation have turned into a deafening roar, thanks to allegations from a former bodyguard that claim J-Lo appears in Diddy's infamous tapes.
Yeah, because whenever I meet people like Combs, they like to keep trophies.
As the gossip mill churns, the saga has also entangled Lopez's ex-husband, Ben Affleck, with rumors that they divorced because Ben Affleck already knew. For those who haven't been keeping up, let's set the stage. The so-called Diddy tapes have become the stuff of Hollywood legend right now. Allegedly recorded during Diddy's wild freak-off parties, these tapes reportedly feature explicit activities involving celebrities, models, and other high-profile guests. Over the years, the tapes have been rumored to exist, but never definitively proven. Enter Big Homie CC, a former celebrity bodyguard with ties to the hip-hop world. In a recent interview with Michael Franzese, CC made jaw-dropping claims that federal authorities seized these tapes during a raid on Diddy's properties. The tapes allegedly contain footage of Lopez, sparking immediate discussion. CC didn't mince words. One thing for certain that I can say and confirm to actually be fact, because I know this gentleman's part of his security team, they came to Ben Affleck and they said, "Your wife's on these tapes." Cue the collective gasp heard around the world. Could it really be true that one of Hollywood's most glamorous power couples were embroiled in such a sordid saga? When Jennifer Lopez and Diddy first got together in 1999, it was a match that lit up headlines and captivated fans. Lopez was transitioning from a successful acting career into music, having just released her debut album, On the Six, which featured hits like If You Had My Love. At the same time, Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, was at the height of his influence in the music industry, running Bad Boy Records and producing chart-topping albums for artists like Notorious B.I.G. and Faith Evans. Together, they were a power couple who exuded style style success, the duo became synonymous with opulence and extravagance, attending lavish parties and hitting red carpets in unforgettable looks. Who can forget the iconic image of J-Lo in her plunging Versace dress at the 2000 Grammys with Diddy by her side? That dress became legendary, but the relationship behind it was anything but smooth sailing. Their romance, as usual when it comes to Jenny, was tumultuous, marked by publicized arguments and intense scrutiny from the media. One of the most infamous moments in the relationship came in December 1999, when the couple was involved in a high-profile nightclub incident in New York City. The incident occurred at Club New York, what a creative name, where heat broke out, leaving 3 people injured. Diddy was arrested for carrying a self-defense item and accused of bribing his driver to take the fall for him. Meanwhile, Lopez, who was present at the scene, was taken into custody but quickly released after being cleared of any involvement. This incident not only dominated tabloid headlines but also tested their relationship in a very public way. While Diddy faced a grueling legal situation, he was ultimately acquitted. Lopez distanced herself from the chaos. Many believe this incident was the beginning of the end for their romance. Behind closed doors, their relationship was reportedly fraught with jealousy and power struggles. Diddy, known for his larger-than-life personality, often found himself at odds with Lopez's burgeoning career ambitions. By the time they split in 2001, Lopez had cemented her status as a bona fide superstar with the release of her sophomore album, J-Lo, and her lead role in the romantic comedy The Wedding Planner. In interviews years later, Lopez reflected on the relationship with a mix of gratitude and honesty. In her 2019 interview with People, she described her time with Diddy as fun and flashy, but acknowledged it wasn't sustainable. She said, "We were young and we had a great time. It just wasn't meant to be." Diddy, on the other hand, has spoken fondly of Lopez in interviews, even calling her one of his greatest loves. Their post-breakup dynamic remained amicable, with the two occasionally reuniting at industry events, but the shadow of their relationship has lingered in the public imagination. Now, over 2 decades later, Lopez's past with Diddy has come back to haunt her. The alleged tapes threaten to drag not just her, but also her ex-husband, Ben Affleck, into a whirlpool of discussion. Adding an extra layer of intrigue to this saga is Ben Affleck's rumored reaction to the allegations. According to sources close to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, Ben was allegedly shown the tapes by federal agents who came into possession of the footage during their investigation of Diddy. If the rumors are to be believed, the tapes have probably caused the tension in Lopez and Ben Affleck's marriage that caused them to get divorced. And who wouldn't be rattled by such revelations? Ben Affleck has always appeared as the ultimate supportive husband, standing by J-Lo through career highs and personal challenges, but this scandal might be testing even his famously cool demeanor. One particularly big claim comes from none other than Suge Knight, the former Death Row Records CEO, who suggested that these tapes were a factor in Ben Affleck questioning his marriage. Knight didn't hold back, saying, "I'm quite sure J-Lo and Ben are headed for divorce because that's a man who had a good life. She done brought all that extra stuff out, and now that guy wants out." While Knight's comments should be taken with a grain of salt because he's not exactly known for being a neutral observer, they've definitely added fuel to the fire. Of course, no modern scandal is complete without the internet weighing in, and this one has been no exception. Social media platforms are abuzz with reactions, memes, and wild theories about the alleged tapes. Some fans are defending J-Lo, pointing out that her past with Diddy is ancient history and should have no bearing on her current life. Others are gleefully dissecting the rumors, with some going as far as to suggest that these tapes could lead to an all-out Hollywood implosion if they're ever released. Then there's the question of timing. Why are these tapes surfacing now? Just as Diddy faces a wave of legal stuff, including allegations that are way too bad to mention here. Cynics suspect that the allegations are part of a larger smear campaign against the music mogul, with J-Lo and Affleck caught in the crossfire. Amid the chaos, one voice has been conspicuously absent: Jennifer Lopez herself. The multi-hyphenate superstar has yet to comment publicly on the allegations, fueling speculation about what's happening behind the scenes. Lopez has always been a master of managing her public image, carefully curating her persona as a hardworking, family-oriented icon. Her silence could be a strategic move to avoid fanning the flames, or it could be that she's working behind the scenes to address the fallout privately. While the existence of these tapes has been widely reported, skeptics argue that they might be nothing more than an urban legend. Over the years, rumors of compromising footage of various celebrities have circulated endlessly, with little to no evidence ever coming to light. That said, the timing of these allegations couldn't be worse for Diddy, who's already under intense scrutiny for legal stuff. If the tapes are real and contain anything remotely incriminating, they could prove disastrous for all parties involved. As this scandal unfolds, all eyes are on Jennifer Lopez. Will she address the allegations head on, or will she let the rumors fizzle out on their own? Whether the tapes are real or just another Hollywood myth, one thing is clear: the fallout from this scandal will be felt for months to come. As fans and critics dissect every juicy detail, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's ability to weather this storm will undoubtedly shape their future. In the meantime, the rest of us will be watching closely, popcorn in hand, waiting to see what happens next.
Here are the biggest celebrity theories caused by the P. Diddy drama. Did you know that people are saying that everyone sucks up to Beyonce so they won't go missing or get pneumonia and pass away? Did you know that there's a theory going around that Kanye West saved Taylor Swift's life?
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Did you also know that people are saying J-Lo and Ben reportedly broke up because of her ties to the Diddy drama? So these are just a few of the crazy theories going around. Before I get into the juicy details, I just really want to thank Beyonce. Please, Beyonce, I want us to all be safe today. You are a queen. In the days following the highly publicized drama and indictment of P. Diddy, the internet has been swarmed with theories surrounding this.
I need to give you a massive flashing red warning.
Amid public calls for justice, several celebrities have emerged as alleged key persons, each holding a vital piece of the puzzle surrounding the as yet uncovered truth.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all.
While federal authorities continue to build on their case against Diddy, chronically online internet sleuths and tinfoil hat wearing theorists have not been shy with their opinions.
Diddy? I know that.
On September 16th, 2024, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested and indicted on federal charges.
This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody.
In the following days, the authorities' 14-page indictment was unsealed, publicly unveiling the realities of Diddy's alleged actions.
Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
One thing was made clear to all. Once regarded as a paragon of empowerment and success, Diddy's fall from grace had only just begun.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
Since Diddy's arrest, over 100 people claiming to be his targets have stepped forward, further adding weight to his mounting accusations. Should all these people choose to pursue justice, as is their right, Diddy stands to face over 100 new lawsuits. So if you're wondering what J. Cole's 2013 song She Knows has to do with the current theory surrounding P. Diddy,
she knows.
we've got you covered. TikTok influencers have uncovered a supposed hidden message within the lyrics of the song, which heavily reference late superstars Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, and Left Eye. It would definitely not be a surprise if J. Cole had indeed hinted at Diddy's misdeeds in the song. The viral theory suggests that Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy are all complicit in the passing of Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, and Left Eye. The proof allegedly lies in the lyrics of She Knows. In addition to that, theorists also claim that She Knows is a substitute for She Knowles, where Knowles is Beyonce's maiden name. The theory also claims that Michael Jackson's security guard had once worked for Diddy and that it was his delay in calling for help that resulted in Michael's untimely passing. While this theory starts out strong, it quickly devolves into a tinfoil hat territory according to sources. The propagators of this theory go on to highlight an interesting coincidence. The victims Jackson, Aaliyah, and Left Eye all passed away on the 25th day of different months, while the alleged culprits were all born on the 4th day of different months. What do you guys think? Diddy's arrest has cast shadows over his apparent partners in this, a list that includes several A-list celebrities, most notably the Carters, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Chief among the theories surrounding Beyonce is a claim that she holds the power to target and eliminate potential competitors. The point of this theory is that Aaliyah was taken to ensure Beyonce's success. Moreover, the theory also operates on the assumption that the Carters' alleged involvement with Aaliyah's passing is a well-known industry secret, resulting in an undercurrent of wariness among aspiring musicians.
The plane crash that killed a rising star in the world of music and film.
This theory seemingly holds water when you consider the number of award-winning musicians who have personally and tearfully thanked Beyonce during their acceptance speeches for their awards.
And I love you, I always have, and I always...
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her.
The list is endless. Adele, who famously and tearfully broke her Grammy in half to share with Beyonce in 2017. Lizzo, who shouted her out in 2023 through tears. Britney Spears and Lady Gaga, who lavished her with praise at the 2011 MTV VMAs, and many others. Beyonce's supposed popularity among her peers has raised eyebrows in recent days, with theorists suggesting she must always be thanked. Of course, it's more than likely that Beyonce has genuinely been a positive influence on the music industry, but again, I really want to know what you guys think. Further drawing from the theory that stars who rise to prominence must sing Beyonce's praises, a viral theory on TikTok now posts that Kanye West is a hero. The details are this. When Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift on stage at the 2009 MTV VMAs to declare that Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time, he was doing it to save Taylor from the clutches of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Unconvinced? I totally am. Kanye and Taylor were beefing for years. They are not friends. Decades ago in the 1990s, Diddy found himself at the center of beef with Marion Hugh, Suge Knight, pitting the former's Bad Boy Records up against the latter's Death Row Records. As the story goes, Tupac Shakur, who was signed with Death Row, had accused Diddy and Bad Boy flagship artist Biggie of orchestrating some surprising acts, which occurred on November 30th, 1994. The beef dragged on, drama simmering beneath the surface for 2 long years. Then on September 13th, 1996, Tupac's life was taken on the Las Vegas Strip while in a car driven by Suge Knight.
An arrest announced in the murder of Tupac Shakur.
6 months later, Biggie's life was also taken as he was leaving a Los Angeles party after the 1997 Soul Train Awards.
Communities are mourning the death of the rapper known as Notorious B.I.G.
Following Diddy's arrest, rumors of his ties to Tupac's passing once again surfaced. Speaking to Daily Mail for the publication's podcast The Trial of Diddy, retired detective Greg Kading exposed Combs' connection to members of a certain group. Now, apparently people allege that Diddy had offered Keefe D $1 million for carrying out the passing of Tupac. As of October 2024, the family of Tupac Shakur have engaged New York attorney Alex Spiro to investigate the alleged connections between P. Diddy and Tupac's passing.
A potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy.
P. Diddy and Justin Bieber first became acquainted in 2009 when the latter was merely 15 years old. Justin had been discovered by Scooter Braun just 1 year prior, which he signed a deal with a record company under Usher. Notably, Usher himself was mentored by Diddy as a teenager, with the chain of events setting the stage for what would be the basis for generations of artists.
Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's going to be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
Justin first reached out to P. Diddy on Twitter, also known as X, in hopes of securing a collaboration, and it paid off. Justin soon began appearing with P. Diddy, taking Diddy's Lamborghini out for a spin, and even attending several of his parties. Coping with the tasks of newfound celebrity status proved difficult for Justin, and the signs of strangeness soon began to surface, signaling a decline in his well-being. Following the arrest and indictment of Diddy, theories have surfaced the internet, with believers alleging that Bieber has fallen as a target to the darker side of Diddy's business empire. This idea is backed up by some videos where Diddy seems to make a young Justin Bieber nervous. In a recent shared clip from Jimmy Kimmel Live, Diddy jokes that Bieber is like a little brother, but then Diddy raised some eyebrows when he reacted to Bieber saying he got a Lamborghini as a gift. Diddy said he had the Lamborghini for a day or two and had access to the house. He knows better than to talk about what he does with Big Brother Puff on TV. Not everything is for everyone. Yikes.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
Did you know that P. Diddy kept inviting Ellen to his parties for years and years?
Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks like Ellen DeGeneres has a surprising connection to P. Diddy. What do you guys think the connection could be? Did she know about what was going on in these shady parties? Was she involved in this stuff? Some people online have a ton of speculation. She also has a bizarre nickname for him that I'll be talking about. Well, it turns out all of the 100 invites she's gotten, she actually didn't show up to one of these parties. Do you guys think she knew what was going on and chose to avoid it? There's no way Ellen didn't know about some of these shady things, because her and Diddy apparently had a really close friendship. Ellen, I've been a fan for years. It's gonna be really sad if she's on this Diddy list. A few years back on The Ellen Show, Diddy threw down the ultimate call out. He told Ellen DeGeneres that he invited her to all of his parties only to have her skip every one.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that?
This playful jab meant to nudge Ellen about her no-show reputation has resurfaced on social media, but fans are now seeing it with fresh eyes following the current allegations against Diddy. In the clip, Ellen teased Diddy about hosting a bash on the East Coast, jokingly asking, "Am I invited?"
Is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why.
To which Diddy quickly shot back, I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't shown up. Yikes. After Diddy's recent federal charges, an old clip of Ellen DeGeneres joking about attending his parties has many of us raising our eyebrows. They are saying she must have been at Diddy's notorious celebrations and are not holding back their disdain for her. A lot of people have said that Diddy and Ellen were actually covering up the fact that she actually frequented his parties but didn't want anyone to know because of the stuff that went on there. I'm gonna read you guys some comments online. One said, she definitely partook in Diddy's parties. The body language shows that they are lying and it's kind of an inside joke between them. That's an interesting take. I saw the video, I get what they're saying. She did look a little bit like she didn't want Diddy to rope her into the drama. Another said, now you know why Ellen is discontinued. This is also true. What was the real reason why Ellen was canceled? Everyone said Ellen wasn't nice to them at work, but could it be deeper than that? It looks like Ellen might be hiding some secrets after all, guys. There were so many other comments like this, but I just highlighted this one in particular. Another comment said, Ellen was for sure at these freak-offs. And another said, Ellen is for sure on the Diddy list. Wait and see, I'd bet on it. I do know that Ellen was good friends with Diddy, but sometimes we're friends with people without knowing what they're up to behind closed doors. But, I mean, so many people knew what Diddy was up to, but they decided to stay silent. Ellen DeGeneres' peculiar nickname for Diddy has also resurfaced, raising eyebrows with everything going on now. This has people really questioning the nature of their relationship. In a now viral 2016 post on X, Ellen celebrated Diddy's birthday with a string of affectionate titles, including P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, and she added her own bizarre nickname, Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff, before adding, you don't need to know why. While at the time it appeared to be a playful inside joke, the resurfacing of this comment has raised questions about the context of their friendship, especially given Diddy's current situation. Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff? That's a seriously strange nickname to give a friend, and then refusing to say why? I can see why so many people are suspicious of Ellen, but how deep does this rabbit hole go? Social media users have voiced their concerns regarding Ellen and Diddy's seemingly amicable relationship following his arrest. One commenter alleged that Ellen was among the A-listers who frequented Diddy's parties, suggesting Ellen DeGeneres knows all too well about Diddy's parties, as mentioned in a YouTube news report. Others were quick to express disbelief, with one user questioning the appropriateness of such a nickname in light of recent revelations. What a strange thing to say. The renewed scrutiny of Ellen's comment comes as Diddy's relationship with several high-profile celebrities are also being examined. Diddy is currently in detention in a New York facility as he awaits trial. Ellen DeGeneres' long-running talk show came to an end following allegations of a bad work environment. After taking some time out of the spotlight, which is a common move for canceled celebs, Ellen attempted to win her audience back by releasing an hour-long comedy special, For Your Approval, a move which no one approved of, unfortunately. The source stated, to put it mildly, Ellen's Netflix special did nothing to reverse her bad reputation. In fact, the desperate relaunch of her career fell so flat on its face, the incident has not only intensified the talk about Ellen and Portia's remaining pals in Hollywood, that their marriage is in terrible shape. The source argued that Ellen failed to learn a thing from her days as queen of drama, running her talk that led to her downfall. So apparently now Ellen is hiding from the camera, but she's still trying to get work done and stay relevant with a new skincare line she started with her wife called Kind Science. The source said that Ellen starting a skincare business with Portia reeks of desperation and suggests it is not good at home if they need this new project to work on. The source also added that celebrity skincare space is already oversaturated with brands from the likes of Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Hailey Bieber, Kylie Jenner, Jessica Alba, Selena Gomez. It really is the strangest marriage in Hollywood because of all of the wacky drama Ellen has dragged them into as a couple. And a lot of Ellen's side hustles evaporated after her cancellation. People can tell that something is off, the first source continues, because they've never really seen Ellen like this before. Old posts and videos have surfaced showing a ton of celebrities who have previously attended Diddy's parties. However, the nature of these gatherings, particularly whether they were related to the infamous freak-offs, remain unclear. Resurfaced footage from the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians features Khloe Kardashian admitting to attending one of Diddy's parties, stating that half the guests were not wearing anything at all.
Well, this party? I think half the people there were butt naked.
Additionally, Ashton Kutcher expressed discomfort about attending the events, calling them weird. Superstar athlete LeBron James, in a 4-year-old live stream, praised Diddy's gathering, saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," further adding to the intrigue surrounding these events.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so yeah, that's what's up.
In light of Diddy's legal troubles, several celebrities have publicly distanced themselves from him. Singer Pink recently clarified that rumors regarding her deleting posts due to Diddy's controversies were unfounded. She emphasized that while she might have met various individuals in passing, she is not associated with the ongoing situation. Similarly, a source close to Leonardo DiCaprio denied any allegations linking him to Diddy's drama, according to the Yahoo News report. The source clarified that Leo DiCaprio attended a few of Diddy's gatherings during his early career, but insisted that they were simply large house parties and not freak-offs.
You're not gonna believe it, guys, but there were more celebrities caught at P. Diddy's freak-off parties. There ain't no party like a Diddy party, LeBron James says.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And while we all thought that meant a good time you'll never forget, we're now realizing it's a nightmare many celebrities wish they never attended. Diddy's always been known for throwing parties that are the talk of the town, attracting stars from every corner of the entertainment industry. But what makes these so-called freak-off parties so special? And why are they now making headlines?
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Well, it all started when a collection of photos and videos from past events began to resurface, giving fans and critics a glimpse into the wild world of Diddy's celebrations. Among the celebrities who've been spotted at these parties are some major A-listers: Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Kim Kardashian, just to name a few. Each event seemed to be more extravagant than the last, full of interesting decorations and a seemingly endless supply of champagne. And while most of these celebrities haven't been caught of any wrongdoing, their mere association with Diddy has sparked intense questioning of their characters. P. Diddy's freak-off parties have been getting a lot of attention recently, and now it seems like a whole roster of celebs have found themselves linked to these events. And I'm sure there are way more of them linked to these parties. These parties are also known for their late nights, with reports suggesting that things really heat up once the clock strikes midnight. It's at this hour that the freak-offs supposedly begin, described as a time when the atmosphere shifts and the energy, well, it becomes very weird. These events are said to feature everything from wild dance-offs to bizarre performances, and while some may find it entertaining, others raise an eyebrow at what really goes on behind closed doors. One former party attendee said the atmosphere was always crazy and that many guests, well, they were already in a party mood when they got there. From the outside, it appeared to be a lavish celebration, but insiders have described a strange experience at these events. It's like Diddy parties had an aura of unpredictability, where anything could happen, and it often did. I think many attending expected a good time, but then encountered a time they wanted to forget. But despite the glamour, there are rumors hanging over Diddy like a dark cloud. The rapper has found himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons recently, facing challenges that could shake his empire. And I think it already has. As he faces backlash, the parties he once held with pride have come under some big judgment. Some wonder whether the money and fame could have covered more questionable elements that are now coming to light. During this drama, Diddy's team has made headlines claiming the case against him is a targeted aim driven by racial bias. His lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, has suggested the allegations are part of a bigger narrative that seeks to undermine the success of prominent Black figures in the entertainment industry. Whether or not this argument will resonate in court remains to be seen, but it adds another layer of drama to an already complicated situation. Does anyone really believe what this lawyer is saying? Because I'm not buying it. Meanwhile, Netflix is getting in on the action, reportedly working on a doc-series that will explore Diddy's life, including those parties. Produced by none other than 50 Cent, this docuseries aims to provide an interesting perspective on the rapper's story, while also addressing the broader implications of the situations he's currently facing. It's an ambitious project that promises to dive deep into the life of one of hip-hop's most influential figures, and how his downfall has made him one of the most disliked. As fans await its release, the anticipation is building, and many are curious to see how this will all unfold. Diddy's history of hosting A-list parties goes back decades, and while many stars have enjoyed themselves here, it raises questions about the culture of celebrity and roles that come with it. Celebs are often put on pedestals, admired and idolized, but the line between admiration and collaboration can sometimes blur. The resurfacing of these photos and videos has opened the floor for discussions about these stars in Hollywood. As the Diddy story unfolds, fans are left wondering what the future holds for him and the many celebs who attended his parties. With their names involved in all of this, some might find themselves needing to distance themselves from the issue at hand. Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, has reportedly cut ties with Diddy, while other stars may be reevaluating their past associations. What will be the fallout from all of this? How will the celebrities linked to these parties navigate the pressure? And what does this mean for the future of celebrity culture? One thing's for sure, I think those who never attended are happy they escaped a close call. Diddy's parties may have been all about luxury and fun, but the questions raised remind us that even the most glamorous events can have hidden secrets.
Beyonce's connection to Diddy is way deeper than everybody thought.
It was genius. I think Beyonce did a great job and she tackled something.
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have many conspiracy theories recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy.
Bey and Jay are one of the most dominant power couples, so her name has already been dragged into online speculation.
It was hard for me to be in that space.
She's known him personally for decades now. And her husband have been seen partying with Diddy.
Oh, you put that thing on the woo!
As well as praising him in some of the videos that have surfaced with them. And they've literally been partying with this guy, hanging out with him, working with him for decades now.
Wait, reverse the tape. How much money?
And Diddy also has had a hand in helping Beyonce get to where she is today. And now we all see these claims coming out, more and more of them saying that Beyonce, like, she definitely knew what was really going on at them Diddy parties. And she's been keeping some major secrets, not just about Diddy, but also about her and her husband, Jay-Z. And these secrets, like, she's kept them airtight for years. And we all see the headlines, guys. Diddy, 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 all day, every day. He's in the news. Everybody's talking about Diddy. Everybody's talking about his parties and his not so great behavior. This is the main reason, of course, why Beyonce's name is being brought up so often now. Not just for her music, but also because of this whole Diddy stuff. And people are looking at their friendship under magnifying glasses now because they're like, okay, something's gotta be going on here. How could they have such a close, tight bond and her not know what was going on behind closed doors with Diddy? Not necessarily that she was involved directly, but how could you not know what was going on? So again, more and more of these claims are coming up. People are questioning whether or not Beyonce and her husband, Jay-Z, should also be supporting Diddy in this whole thing. But remember, guys, they have been keeping quiet, so they haven't said anything to directly support Diddy, and they haven't said anything to directly condemn what Diddy did. And this is surprising because they have a huge bond. Like, this is not just a regular friendship. This seems like this is some, family ties. They roll in the same circle. All of them are major successes in the music industry. But a lot of users online are commenting and saying that, well, they've actually really been quiet because they are low-key trying to support Diddy in a way, right? Like, they don't want to get dragged into the drama themselves. Like, they still want to stay out of it. But because of their bond with Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, they want to secretly support him. Like, this is, maybe, I don't know, this is getting into those theories, and it'll definitely lead you down a rabbit hole if you view content on all of these theories. But yeah, I'm just saying what I see people saying online. Beyonce and Diddy, they've been tight for years. They're like a family. They've been through thick and thin. And at even one point, there was this interview where Diddy mentioned that he was a little bit envious of what Beyonce and Jay-Z had going on in their relationship. But even though Diddy's been in the hot seat as well as behind bars now, he could still be getting some behind the scenes support from Beyonce. Again, I don't make these theories up, guys. I'm just sharing what I've been seeing. Because friendship like that doesn't just evaporate. So it's definitely one theory that Beyonce and Jay-Z are sticking by Diddy, behind closed doors, secretly, trying to work things in his favor, maybe trying to shift the narrative around him a little bit, helping with money, who knows. And if that's the case, this would show that, their friendship definitely goes way beyond just partying and having a good time. It's a friendship that's built on history, shared experiences, mutual respect, sort of like, that family mentality of whatever happens to one of us happens to all of us, and we're all in this together. There have been many, many claims over the years of them being involved in secret societies and secret organizations, and they band together in times of need. So yeah, again, just one claim, guys. This is just one theory, but it's definitely plausible due to the fact that we've seen powerful and influential people support one another before, both publicly and in secret. And when it has been done in secret, we've seen some cases where it comes to light later on and people are like, oh my goodness, this was actually going on and I didn't know. Some people think that Beyonce was involved too, while others think that she's just trying to, protect her privacy. There was some reports that Jay-Z and Diddy, when they were forcing this 13-year-old to commit certain acts, there was a woman in the room with them, an unnamed celebrity woman, and that's key. Some people are saying that that could be Beyonce, while others are saying that maybe it's J-Lo. Who knows? Now, I've found that opinions about this is completely divided. Like, I've been into forums and I've been into comments on videos where people are saying that this is only happening because people don't like Beyonce and that people don't like Jay-Z. So they're doing their best to smear them. They don't like the fact that Beyonce entered into country music. They just don't like them. And this is what's stemming all of these accusations against them. Because Beyonce's fans are saying, like, why would they respond so quickly and strongly when their names were mentioned by Jaguar Wright when she went on Piers Morgan's show? Like, swiftly, Beyonce's lawyer, Alex Spiro, they sent a letter to Piers Morgan telling him to literally take down the sections of the interview with Jaguar Wright's claims in them. And Piers Morgan had to issue a public apology after that. So Beyonce definitely made it clear that she won't allow anyone to drag her and her husband's name through the mud. Like, we see these quick responses, like they're just not playing around. Jay-Z went public on social media, sharing some stuff, sharing his thoughts. So this feeds into people's beliefs that this is all just happening to smear them, and if they were guilty, they wouldn't remain silent. But again, on the flip side, like I said, guys, this is so divided. It just seems like people think that, Beyonce is just trying to cover up for herself and not get her and her husband dragged into all of this mess. But nowadays, rumors and speculations spread so fast, like crazy, all over the internet. And because of this, everything a celebrity does gets looked at and analyzed, and it leads to strong opinions that people have, like just very heavy debates going on. But if the claims turn out to be true and Beyonce has been covering up some secrets, this would definitely be the end of her. Beyonce's success, of course, it comes from her talent, her hard work, her dedication, and those are things that make her the artist that she is. And I'm a huge fan of Beyonce personally, so I really hope that she's not connected to Diddy in a negative way. But I've been disappointed in the past, so I'm not gonna, look at this with biased lenses. I'm just gonna sit back and wait and see and follow this until the end, guys. But I know Beyonce has her loyal fans, the Beehive. They're super loyal and they think that Beyonce can do no wrong. And they're reminding everybody that Beyonce, you know, she's a philanthropist, she's an activist, and she's a good person. She's always trying to fix social problems. And her most loyal fans are saying that her character shouldn't be questioned just because she's been seen hanging around Diddy. But all in all though, the conversation, the discussions, they're gonna still keep on going. And I think we as the public just need to take a look at this, not necessarily with biased lenses. You can do that if you want, sure. But I think ultimately there's no point in getting super heated with anybody online about this. We just literally need to wait and see how things play out.
I knew Diddy had a lot of surprising connections, but Oprah? I never even thought they were in the same atmosphere, let alone the same friend circle.
You attend any of P. Diddy's parties? Were you involved in any of the freakouts?
It's not easy for me, for Jay, for Oprah. I don't want nobody to get it twisted.
The horrifying Diddy story is heating up and implicating many major celebrities. And one of those people was Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey and Diddy, they go way back. They are very close friends. He has something to do with the Diddy parties.
Oprah's got a history with Diddy that some people would find very surprising. She's interviewed him before, been to the same events and fundraisers. And a new rumor suggests that she might have something to do with the Diddy case. Some people are even saying she's about to get sued by Gayle King.
Who picking up the tab when you and Oprah go out?
Her security.
Word on the internet recently had people buzzing with the claim that Oprah Winfrey had skipped town and left the US after an alleged video involving Sean Diddy Combs surfaced. The rumors started with a post from the YouTube channel Rap Heat on Thursday, November 14th, 2024. The video titled "Breaking News, Oprah Has Fled" was captioned with 5 minutes ago, FBI reveals Oprah has fled the country after Diddy footage leaked. And it didn't take long for the post to go viral, racking up more than 1.3 million views in under a day. What did the video talk about? Well, they brought up Diddy possessing incriminating tapes involving celebs that weren't exactly adults yet. So far, pretty believable. Then they said that Oprah was rumored to have spent $75 million to secure these tapes. Wait, what? Hold on, let me keep going. They then covered Oprah's abrupt exit from the country following Diddy's arrest. Okay, that's very suspicious, but surely Oprah has never done anything weird in the past, right? Beef defamation lawsuit? What does that even mean? Sarah Palin? Healing? Hold on. Well, as it turns out, Oprah doesn't exactly have a clean history. The video brought up the other moments in her celeb life that went completely sideways, like when she mentioned that mad cow disease had put her off burgers forever. Cattle ranchers practically lit their torches and then filed lawsuits. Fast forward to more eyebrow-raising moments like her unexpected advice in 2005 about bedroom activities that had parents scrambling for the remote and the FCC jumping in. Or how about the time she backed Obama but refused to host Sarah Palin, making it look less like personal preference and more like political gatekeeping. Let's not even get into her endorsement of other ways to heal yourself. In the past, her supporters rallied to her defense at the first whiff of anything fishy. This time, crickets. Not a peep from the usual cheerleaders, which is enough to make anyone raise an eyebrow. Social media, naturally, as it does, is having a field day with the theories, drawing wild conclusions about her wealth and connections. And speaking of connections, it's not lost on anyone that she's rubbed shoulders with some of the most powerful figures around, from Hollywood elite to political titans. So if she's protecting herself, who else might she be shielding? But as it turns out, the story was all smoke and mirrors. Rap Heat's bio makes it pretty clear that their content is purely for entertainment purposes only and often includes rumors, speculation, or exaggeration. So no, Oprah hasn't actually fled the country. But don't forget, just because it's fake now doesn't mean it'll always be fake, or that there isn't some sort of truth in it. Stories surrounding Diddy tend to be self-fulfilling prophecies in a way. way. I mean, with the Cassie situation, he denied literally everything until he was caught red-handed with the video that came out. Diddy has always lied and kept secrets. During Oprah's interview with him in 2006 for her magazine, she asked one question that he absolutely would not answer. The conversation for Oprah's O magazine started out simple enough, with Oprah asking how he got the name Puff Daddy. "It's a nickname somebody gave me," Diddy answered, and when he was asked what it meant, he remained particularly evasive. "I've never told anyone that. I know you get people to tell you everything, Oprah, but I can't look you in the eye and explain that one." She then asked if they called him Puff because he was puffed up, to which he said, "It's just a silly name." Oprah then gave up, saying, "I can see that you're not going to tell me," to which Diddy replied, "I'll answer every other question." When Diddy was charged with owning self-defense items and bribery after an incident at a New York City nightclub, he wanted to change his name quickly, even though he was later acquitted of the charges. "No more Puff Daddy. The first week in June, we're gonna have a name change ceremony," he told MTV News in 2001. "I'm rocking with P. Diddy now. My man Biggie gave me that name," he added at the time. He later dropped the P and just went by Diddy to create a closer connection between him and his fans. More recently, Diddy dropped the Diddy altogether and went by the name Love. That's just plain creepy. Sorry. So Oprah may not know everything, but who's to say they didn't go off record and talk a bit longer? Maybe she really does know the meaning of his name and just didn't say anything. Some comments under the video were pretty passionate too. One user said, "She's as guilty as Diddy. Birds of a feather flock together. She must be imprisoned." And hey, if the story was true, I can't really blame them for this one. I was starting to think the same thing. Another commenter said, "Oprah never had a squeaky clean image. Right from the start, her family told the world that she was lying about her ever-changing home life. She has always been a headline grabber who is a complete stranger to the truth." I also saw a lot of comments regarding her purchase of a Hawaiian estate. It seems like some other stuff she's done was pretty weird. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you haven't heard about what's going on with wealthy Americans snapping up huge chunks of Hawaiian real estate. It really seems that everyone swept it under the rug quick. It's pretty wild, especially when you think about native Hawaiians still waiting decades, up to 40 years, just to get a piece of land that the US government promised to return after taking it more than a century ago. And get this, when those devastating fires swept through Maui, some residents trying to escape the flames were stopped at the gates of Oprah's massive fenced-off property. She wasn't even there at the time, but later opened the gates when she found out about the emergency. Still, imagine how it felt for those residents, knowing they needed official clearance just to step onto what used to be their own land. So, circling back, Oprah and Diddy have a weird history, but most of it is centered around philanthropy. While you won't find a blockbuster co-project with their names on it, they've definitely crossed paths in impactful ways. For example, Oprah once had P. Diddy on her show for an in-depth chat, not just about his career, but about the importance of giving back. That interview helped spotlight Diddy's commitment to social responsibility and community initiatives at the time. Plus, both are fixtures at major events like the Met Gala, where they often champion their causes and support the broader movement for change. Both Oprah and Diddy have serious resumes when it comes to giving back. Oprah's well-known Oprah Winfrey Foundation zeroes in on education and empowerment, especially for women and children. From founding schools in South Africa to pushing for better literacy programs, she's all about opening doors for underserved communities. Diddy's philanthropic side seemed just as committed. Remember the Vote or Don't campaign from 2004? I can't say the actual name or we'll get demonetized. That was his brainchild, aiming to get young people energized about voting. He's also thrown his weight behind groups that offer scholarships and educational support to kids who need it most. Between the two of them, they've left a huge mark on efforts that uplift and inspire future generations. Oprah may have been a superstar host and gave out millions to people and fundraisers, but if she ends up being connected to the larger accusations surrounding Diddy, then it'll feel like tainted money real soon after. Diddy has a large roster of people he can mention were at his parties, and the videos that are hidden for now could do the same. Whether Oprah is in any mention will come down to timing.
Here's the truth about Beyonce and Jay-Z's connection to P. Diddy. In a recent interview with Piers Morgan, Jaguar Wright made some serious allegations against Beyonce and Jay-Z as she exposed the details of Diddy's freak-off parties.
He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
The couple's lawyer then sent a request to remove the statement, but it only raised more questions, especially since a cop known for investigating the hip-hop scene thinks Jay-Z might be included in the Diddy list. Hollywood is reportedly hiding as the attorney for Sean Diddy Combs' accusers, Tony Busby, made a note to say he would publicly name A-listers tied to the case.
We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates.
Sources say some of them have started to pay off the alleged people to keep them from implicating them in the news that could be bigger than all of the Hollywood drama possible. Since then, fans have been suspicious of other celebrities like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Speaking on the Piers Morgan show, Jaguar claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce are not good people, linking them to Diddy. Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. She stated, "They're a bad little couple, they do bad things, keeping people against their will, putting people on planes when they're not aware." Jaguar is a singer and songwriter who has previously collaborated with Jay-Z, The Roots, and Blackalicious. Many people have different opinions about Jaguar Wright. My question is, if what she's saying is untrue, why hasn't anyone sued her? I received various responses. Some people believe it's because everything she claims is true, making a lawsuit impossible. Others suggest that she can't be sued if she lacks the funds to pay. What do you guys think? The wild allegations were slammed by the couple's lawyer, who was also hired by Tupac Shakur's family to investigate Diddy's ties to his passing in 1996. Pierce complied and issued an apology. "Editing interviews is not something we do lightly," said Pierce. He also explained why he invited Jaguar to his show. "The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear," he argued. "That's why we invited Jaguar to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine." In the same interview, Jaguar referred to Jay-Z as a monster who starts little fires everywhere. She gave the same label to Diddy, who is one of the worst people she's ever met.
"Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil."
She's been telling industry stories on her YouTube channel, Real Life Productions, for years. Jaguar isn't the only music personality to question Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship amid Diddy drama. Rapper Lord Jamar thinks Jay-Z is linked to Diddy. He said, "You know, I will say that Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it," he told the Art of Dialogue podcast.
Jay-Z, if he was doing ill like that, he was more quiet about it.
He then called Jay-Z's relationship with Beyonce abnormal.
It's kind of abnormal when he got with Beyonce, like she was pretty young.
Beyonce was 19 when she started dating the 31-year-old Jay-Z. Jamar added that rapper Foxy Brown also dated the Roc Nation founder when she was 16 and he was 25. Many fans are also suspicious about his past relationship with Aaliyah. In the same podcast episode, Jamar commented on Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship, saying, "I feel like I've heard a rumor damn near about all of them. Have I heard a little stuff about Jay-Z? Yep.
Have I heard a little bit about Jay-Z? Yup."
Diddy's ex-bodyguard Gene Deal recently revealed that at one point Diddy disliked Jay-Z so much that he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z back in the early 2000s. But one time he said he and Diddy went to go see Jay-Z, where the rappers connected, laughing and joking, until they started giving garden parties together the next years. Gene echoed Jamar's statements about Jay-Z being more discreet than Diddy. "The people in power that gave that ring to Diddy, Jay-Z was next in line," Gene told Cam Capone News. So to separate him when in fact they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky stuff, and Diddy was rambunctious, just out with it, it don't mean they're not two of the same. Former Detective Derek Parker recently spoke with the News Nation's The Scoop about Diddy's list, which he's convinced includes Jay-Z. Derek is known as the hip-hop cop for investigating the 90s hip-hop scene during the East Coast-West Coast rap wars. When asked if he knew Jay-Z was involved in the freak-off parties, Derek said, "I would say that it's alleged that he knows." Derek then mentioned other big names that may be named on the freak-off list once it goes public, including Ashton Kutcher, who was recently accused of protecting Diddy, LeBron James, Chris Brown, the Kardashians who attended freak-off parties, Usher, and Justin Bieber. Derek noted that Justin and Usher might as well be victims. When asked what he thought the turning point for Diddy's drama was, Derek said on his way up the industry, he probably thought maybe he was invincible with some of the things that he did. The hip-hop cop emphasized that Diddy's old interviews reflect on how he had no care about what he said to you or what he did to you. Host Paula Froelich added that she met people saying Diddy bragged about having the cops on his payroll. He's got cops who can sort everything out in New York, LA, Miami, but Derek said he hadn't had a connection with the rapper for years, so he couldn't confirm it, but it could be possible. When reading through online discussions, it's fascinating to see the wide range of opinions surrounding the topic. Some people are firmly convinced that Jay-Z and Beyonce are involved in some way, while others believe that the situation has devolved into a witch hunt, insisting that Beyonce is largely unproblematic. I personally have no idea about the truth of it all. Only time will reveal the reality of the situation. However, it seems that several high-profile celebrities are significantly involved, adding to the complexity of the narrative. The contrast in perspectives highlights how divided people can be on celebrity matters, often leading to intense debates. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds in the future. When it comes to Jaguar Wright, I'll read you some opinions that people have written online. One person said Jaguar is putting her spin on some truths, but she comes across as if she has a personality disorder. I've worked with such individuals. She's not always coherent with info. Believe there's some truth, but something is very off with her. Another said, Jaguar Wright is telling the truth. Definitely that stuff adds up. With another person saying Jaguar is entirely credible, she will end up giving her life for the truth because they are out to silence her. Everything she said makes sense and is slowly being revealed as truth. On the show Street Stars, she's giving just enough info for everyone to put the pieces together. The last comment I want to read you guys says, I saw a few Jaguar interviews and she had my attention just like wild reality TV content. Then I saw her throw her son's ashes and rub them on her face, and then I asked YouTube to stop recommending me this type of content. She's not all there. She was in a cult, Carbon Nation. Her son came out and said they did witchcraft on her. Her time in the industry was very short-lived. So in my opinion, she's a compulsive liar and stay connected in her own way. She's forever doing interviews, talking. I personally think she likes the attention. Here's some athletes who were caught attending P. Diddy's parties.
We were about to walk into the party and he just blah. He threw up on Diddy's lawn.
Parties are always often packed to the brim with A-list celebrities, and some of the biggest names in the NBA have been known to be regulars at these legendary parties.
Or a legend, especially a legend in California. You ever been to a Diddy party? Thank God.
I have been invited.
Oh, why'd you say no?
Okay. I just didn't make it over there.
LeBron James is an athlete that is rumored to be on the Diddy list. There's already a resurfaced clip of him going around saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party," with Diddy excitedly responding, "Yeah, that's what's up."
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Apparently LeBron James also had a close friendship with Diddy. A lot of people think that LeBron James knows a lot more than he's letting on, and now since everything has come out, he might just have some new information leaked about him too soon.
A few years ago, Dwight Howard invited me to a Diddy party. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting.
Diddy and Floyd Mayweather have been good friends for years. Diddy has supported so many of Floyd's boxing matchups, even splurges on ringside seats when he's in attendance. At this moment, a lot of people are speculating that Diddy and Floyd even had a secret relationship. I don't know how true that is, but Floyd was recently asked about Diddy in a podcast and he refused to say anything negative at all. What he said was, "I'm not going to speak bad about Diddy," he expressed, adding, "because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen." Floyd continued by saying that he can't determine whether or not Diddy's actions warrant a mistake, but that things happen in life, and P. Diddy's business is P. Diddy's business. Ew. Floyd even brought his own family into the mix, saying, "Even if that happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's a choice that my daughter made." What? The comments obviously caused quite a lot of backlash online because his statement was ridiculous. 50 Cent even found this to be ridiculous. By the way, 50 Cent dissed Floyd Mayweather in such a hilarious way that I watch the clip at least once a year when I remember to. He challenged Floyd Mayweather to read a page out of a Harry Potter book and said Jimmy Kimmel will donate $750,000 if he's successful.
Challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to.
50's an absolute icon. I've got to side with 50 on this one. So Diddy also had a tight friendship with former professional New York Yankees baseball player Derek Jeter for a long time. So of course, Derek Jeter has attended many Diddy parties. A lot of people who aren't into sports know Derek Jeter as a dusty dude. He has cheated on so many beautiful women, he's passed along a certain bug that you can only catch in the bedroom. So apparently he spread the bug to many other celebrities such as Jessica Alba, Scarlett Johansson, Mariah Carey. These are rumored, as not everyone who comes in contact with the bug catches it, but you best believe that once you got this bug, it's for life. And the ladies that I named were involved with Derek Jeter at least one point or another. He's pretty much dated like half of Hollywood. Derek Jeter, more like Derek Cheater. Anyway, Dusty Derek, which is my nickname for him, said that Diddy was one of his favorite musicians of all time. I can't stand a cheater. It happens sometimes. I think mistakes happen. But this dude is just running around, dating every woman in Hollywood and giving his raggedy little disease to everybody. Hide your kids, hide your wife. A lawsuit has been filed against Diddy by someone identified as John Doe. claiming that a professional athlete stepped in while Diddy was doing stuff to him. According to documents obtained by People, the plaintiff was at a Ciroc-sponsored party when Diddy invited him into his private office. Once inside, John Doe, who runs a high-end car and jewelry business, said he found Diddy not in his right state of mind, and he started to do what Diddy does. John Doe said that Diddy grabbed him, things escalated until an unnamed professional athlete walked in and stopped the situation. We don't know who the athlete is at the time, but when the names get released, I guess we'll all find out. The thing is, it's great that the athlete stopped this from happening, but obviously they knew about more things that were going on behind the scenes. So why did they protect Diddy? Jerry Jones and one of his former Dallas Cowboys football players were among the many guests that have attended some of Diddy's famous parties. Not much about Diddy's friendship with Jerry Jones is known, beyond the two running in similar circles, but Diddy has previously considered the idea of owning an NFL team. Jerry Jones hadn't had much to say about the allegations against Diddy and his previous attendance at Diddy's parties. I mean, a lot of people could be innocent and just attending Hollywood parties, but many people probably went to these parties and had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. Kevin Durant is another athlete that was caught at a Diddy party. Kevin and Diddy have had a close friendship for years, with Kevin naming him as one of his inspirations in 2017. During a practice that year, he told reporters that Puffy made a significant mark on his life. In 2021, he even teamed up with Puff Daddy and Will Smith to invest in a startup that plans to make electric-powered boats instead of using fossil fuels. Even though they're clearly friends, Kevin hasn't said anything publicly about Diddy's upcoming trial. Also, I know Will Smith isn't an athlete, but so much speculation is coming out about Will Smith at this moment, it's crazy. Including one clip where Will says, "Only a man knows what a man needs."
Only a man knows what a man needs.
Pretty sus at this moment in time. So this list of athletes include former New York Knicks player Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo has supported Diddy's businesses and been to many of his events over the years, like Kings of New York All-Star Weekend Party in 2013. His son Cayenne even modeled for Diddy's Sean John fashion line when he was a teen. However, with all the allegations surrounding Diddy, the future of Sean John is now up in the air. Obviously. Carmelo hasn't commented on anything, but we do know that they were close friends. So the Queen, Serena Williams, who I absolutely love, went to a Diddy party. I would make a huge bet that she had absolutely no idea of anything that was going on, and she even probably just went to go to a fun event innocently. She actually did speak out about the Diddy arrest. It was short and sweet. Her words are, "And now I hope justice is finally served. Go Serena!" Reggie Bush was actually invited to a Diddy party, but he couldn't get in. He and his friend were invited, they showed up, and his friend threw up on the front lawn, and then they were shunned. Reggie admitted at the time he wasn't happy with his friend, even thinking that his friend ruined his reputation, but now he sees it as a blessing in disguise, which was my initial reaction when I read about that. He said, "That's a sign. I believe in signs when I see them." Most definitely, his pukey friend saved him. Leonard Fournette is another person on the list, and people are posting photos and videos of him partying with Diddy and Jay-Z. One of the videos has Diddy making a toast that says, "The game has been elevated." As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We're at a black billionaire's lunch. Stay together, united we stand, ain't nothing else. In this video, Leonard is right beside Diddy, but he probably didn't know anything about anything that happened. It's a huge possibility that he was just partying with people who were influential at the time. He hasn't commented at all on any of the allegations against Diddy.